You are your time. You have always time for whatever your priority is. Whether those are stressful situations, dramatic situations, food, family, work. We all have 24 hours, and only if we take responsibility for the time we have, we can change the reality. Because overwhelming our nervous system without considering what we are doing in the time that we got here on a daily basis, that then creates habits, etc., and repetitive action, is what then this overwhelming creates the tension, the chronic physical pain. Only if we change the way we do things, then whatever we want can grow. Because time is something we need to pay in order to have what we want. Time and attention is a mean of currency that we pay for what we want the result to be. But often we aren't aware of our time. We just accept the way things are and we keep on going. But if we keep on going, we often go over ourselves and we're not doing aligned action. Aligned action is the one that feels good, right, in the moment. You know that that's right for you, it's healthy for you, it's satisfying. But the non-aligned action is where you go over yourself, where you push yourself, where you exhaust yourself, when you keep going even though you don't want to go, when you keep going even though what you would rather do is rest at that moment. And without this, without inviting rest and release and ease into our lives, we will be left with tension, because tension is created where we overwhelm ourselves, where we go against ourselves. If we keep going, we result with tension. It's logical because we're creating it at all times. Wherever you feel like that action, you just don't want to do it, it will result in that tension in your body. It doesn't go away, because it can only go away when we take the time to release it. When we take the time to allow whatever needs to flow. The emotions, whatever emotions need to go by, we allow them to flow and not to stay stored in our body. Because the storage of the tension, of the accumulated unhappiness, of the accumulated not wanting to do, then results in the physical chronic pain. And it will be probably hard in the beginning to change the habits of how you're doing things, because you have been raised in a certain way. You have agreed to certain things of how you're doing things within yourself. You have learned to maybe, overwhelm yourself in general. And all of this also contributes to the fact of repulsing what we want. Because if we believe that we need to work hard for what we want, this is what the reality is gonna be. If we believe no pain, no gain, this is what the reality is gonna be. If we believe pain is a necessary part of the process, that's what it's gonna be. Because it isn't necessary. It is about repeating those new actions, introducing those new actions that are aligned, that are at first uncomfortable and foreign to us maybe, introducing them into our lives And as we repeat them, we're able to do them for a longer time, which goes to rest or physical exercise or ease in your life or just being there, instead of constantly doing and overwhelming yourself and finding yourself exhausted over and over again, going on the autopilot, not really being present, not stopping to realize how do I actually feel. Okay, so you are your time, and you must be aware of this time. You must be able to stop in that action. This is bringing the awareness to whatever I'm doing and trying to see how do I actually feel behind the scenes. Because we have adopted so many automatic doings that we keep on going, but not often enough we take the time to stop and see, okay, if I take 2 minutes just being, if I just stop for a second, then maybe I can adjust the action a little bit so that it's not overwhelming, that it's not going over myself, that it can be adjusted a little bit so that it's aligned. The intention for this can be, I do things slowly, I do one thing at a time, because multitasking is also something that exhausts us, is not productive, and doesn't result in what we want it to do. It results in more chronic pain, more tension, more overwhelming. So you are your time.